So this is going to be a third Eric's meet. I'm so awfully sorry, but you have given yourself into that kind of grouping only by means of likely having encountered one in certain ways. This is now you have fallen into the very trap that was likely at first having been GDR. And was of course taken over by Catholics. This is, I mean, it is. This is the way things are since centuries. So, as if you are indeed a Druist, I'm here to offer my help because then likely we are having the same enemies. Yeah, no, I cross that word out. Adversaries, adversants, something like that. As I'm concerned, I do not want any encounter with those women and adjacent men. I do not want. Interesting thought is we have now two groupings. One, if one would want to name it city-wise, which is kind of shaky because both are very very important cities. So and kind of. A representative of knowledge, Qom more than Jerusalem, but Jerusalem is indeed considered as being holy. So, but let it call the Qom grouping and the Quds grouping. This reminds me so very much of my very solution of that grouping that would spring up from there. Yeah, with Second World War days, if they have given you but that video, I think I reiterated it once in a while, so it might be findable only via the 12th ordered list called indeed Stammheim. Those are cases for Stammheim as far as I'm regarded. So also there, I suggested there might be a kind of a petal leaf having been designed, and later historians could see and judge whether but two very personal things which concerned my family, had it been existent or not. Rather, yeah, one sees now better you keep things as they are. So if one person was hanged, Shanaka, in a Bahnhofschenke which belonged to those relatives of mine, Bahnhofschenke, Shanaka, you hear that, you might even be okay. So yeah, then one could indeed search, and then this third case person then was moved over to where she would live in regular ways. Let's put it that way. Connected the Möbius ribbon videos on YouTube, Imke Anne Westermann. Yeah, and what they're doing therewith, letting 4 people out, putting right and left totally together, and upon drilling it further on, one does not know any longer where one stands, if one is right or left or middle or what. It started in the mid-90s. Politics-wise. So one indeed could look from a later historical point of view, if from that outset things were being developed. And then of course it is so very much important what kind of people might have been around, and I would indeed suggest to search at Lorio's. I have explained that. And then this and that law and their kind of newly established thinking law similar already, which no one had a clue about until I started to redraw and to find via scribbling down all coincidental doublings that I could recall, and therefrom could develop certain links which I would capital letter because in order to let people find certain things faster. So if that was already been destroyed, a total disaster. because then it is not understandable what that is about, and again people would be left totally in the unknown how to behave in this world. Yeah, when this does not function and this is not known, yeah, what shall one do? Seeing all its possessions, his possessions, and anything else go away. So the Gebäudeschadentext also harks back onto that, and the links, for example, Rösselsprung or L position, or what else? Kurz now. The Mikve link, the Esther Xerxes link. Yeah, that already involved me having been pawned. I heard it so often here. That one was good. It is astounding how mean people can be. This is really, it was designed to let me freak out on streets. I mean, I had already understood that I was being pawned, and then I had to hear this. So that one would find in the Schreiben to the Staatsanwaltschaft Frankfurt, and I can do nothing for that it had not been handed over. Me, on my part, cannot hand it over as of now, because it is not ready, and also it is dealing with likely, possibly, as I then was convinced and being convinced via the media, involving a murder case. So therefore that text is not really too important to be handed in too quickly, and possibly prior a 249 StGB. That I indeed did meet maybe even the father of I mentioned it in the first video. Yeah, the saying how much did that family pay for getting rid of the letter E. The saying, which was known for any completely unknown a man that would need my pencil in order to cross it out by himself, as if he was having invented it all, and thereby having ordered for himself to having sat in MR1 together with Nadia Tushov-Zerdi and other people, including her dead husband, in order to having been a cooler guy for inventing such a saying. Yeah, those kind of people I cannot cope with. So I'm here occupied, and it is good as it is. Likely, I've met even the father of Bernd Mengel, and if that father thinks that I have to pay back anything by showing me a pill in his mouth, forget it. Yeah, I had not to pay anything for having been befriended with your son, as you might now be able to judge. Yeah, I would go there once in a while, smoke with him, and talk with him. So this is really a kind of a, I mean, you have shown it here. Yeah, this is really also already money worth. So having ordered from those addresses, having here as if take the old guys, they are settled. Piss you all off. I'm of course not interested at all. Having had 20 years of no friendship, nothing at all. I indeed, if so, would venture out if I had time for anything else. So he was showing me the pill in his mouth. I then had already decided, well, I'm going to fight the other person, the fat one, stinking like my father, in order to gather for anyone psychologically trained information how I would react on that. Well, my reaction was the Strafanzeige. So if I have mentioned now Bernd Mengel and his capabilities Kunsthistorik Geschichte-wise, arts historic knowledge-wise, and having placed himself in a very same position as Gerhard Tuschow, however, that was not so very clever of you, Bernd, because that would kind of strike me negatively. Till now, I have completely left you out, albeit I just recently alluded to Kunstdiebstahl and Kunsthandel from maybe a place like the very cool place like Düsseldorf. I'm not going to advise you anything, but if one sees by that connection, one indeed could ask the question, can it be the case? Is it maybe possible that but another grouping, girls forefronted catching rich football guys and their monies, into their very pockets. Yeah, yeah. Think of that. So, but alright, I on my behalf indeed need money for my intellectual work. For having enabled lots, not only criminal law-wise. The level on which I'm currently staying on, albeit I'm going to interest capable jurists for maybe shall I say change sides or what? Because those people are likely to be ready to testify just anything, like, yeah, she was always wearing an abaya and totally head covered when having been on the campus. Yeah? So piss you off, don't attend that. So the question might be, can it indeed be the case that we just have to get some whiffs here and there, and then it might be redirectable to but another very important city in that region, in that whole region, if one wills, which would be Sana'a. Sana'a. I'm going to think about that. As of now, I don't have any clue and idea, but maybe yes. But okay, now I can sense something. This would be evolve around the person called the Jörg Schlabach, because it was him who was there, yeah? And maybe even prior to me, upon certain changements of degree-related credentials, courses, for example. The second version, which was done in 2013, already had a slight Abweichung from the first version. In German, the better word is Ausfertigung, which is from 2005. I even recall the date. And also my matrikel number, yeah, it was my matrikel number. So you have to be have been there at a certain period of time to having had that matrikel number. It was mine. It still is. Yeah, let's hope it is still valid. So that grouping, one then would have to find a certain Schlabachs. And indeed, now I do it. The third grouping, Felix von Hamburg, including a person from Australia. She was described. I got the idea, Christine Wilde. They, by contrast to me, they were hopping over to Aden. And from there one could proceed further. Me there, I'm out, I've understood that.